Hello, welcome to Tricia's Cards and Crafts and my Tuesday technique day. Today the technique I'm going to be doing is using a brayer. I don't know if you've ever seen a brayer before. This is new out from Stampin' Up, or through Stampin' Up. It's in the new mini catalogue, but I would imagine it'll probably stay, hopefully, and be in the next annual catalogue as well. I'm afraid I did use this previously and I couldn't find my stamp cleaner at the time, and it got all, I had to use a baby wipe, and now it's got all bits on it, sort of thing. Now this has a little stand so that when you've finished, it's not going to be on your surface, so it will keep the ink off your surface, but when you're actually brayering, you're going to be wanting to use the other side. So just remember when you put it down to swap it over, so that, because you won't want it like that when you're inking, but when you want to put it down, you want to make sure you've got it like that until you can clean it. I have found my stamp cleaner now, thankfully, so I will be able to use that. I don't know whether it's worth doing that. Well, we'll see how we get on with the ink first, and then if that doesn't work, then I will I will clean it off first. Right, before I start, I'm going to make a little pillow box, I think they're called. These are, again, whoops, in the new catalogue. I don't know what fell down there. And they're the square pillow boxes, and they are food safe, so long as you are careful how you handle them, I suppose. There's 10 in a pack. I'm not sure exactly how much they are, but they come as part of the Be Mine suite, but that's not what I'm using it with today. I'm going to be using it with the perennial, or the painted lavender bundle. I'm only using the stamps though. I'm also using the For You from the I've lost the box. Oh, there we go. The Heartfelt Hexagons. Whoops. I'm just going to be using oh, typical. Stay there. Right, I'm using the For You from this one, and I'm going to use, no, not that one, this one. I'm using this one here and those there, but I probably won't use the whole thing anyway. I might be using some, because the only place you have to decorate is really in the middle here, so we'll get on with it. I think this is the back anyway, so it'll be this bit here. So I will probably be masking some of that off when I stamp, just to let you know. I will do a little label, and that's what the For You is for. But I'm going to use some fresh freesia for the background. Could have used anything, but I think it will look nice with this. So we need to ink up our brayer. So I'm hoping there's plenty of ink on this ink pad, and I want to make sure it's nicely got plenty of ink on it. And I've put a piece of scrap paper down underneath, because I probably will end up going over the sides of the paper anyway, the card. So I'm just going to keep laying down, whoops, I think I've taken some of the ink off. Laying the ink down. Now there's two adhesive strips on either side here, so they're not going to ink up anyway. So just be inking up around it, or around them. Whoops. So I'm just going to keep inking up the brayer, and then putting the ink down onto my little I'm not so worried about this side anyway, because that will be covered up anyway. I do want to make sure I cover up the rest of it. Now, because it's already been, it's sort of embossed, it's not really taking, what I could do, would be a good idea perhaps, is put, whoops, everything's going to go, my Stamp and Pierce mat underneath, so it'll give it a bit of give, so it might actually give me a chance to, let's have a look, see if I can get some, there we go, I think that should be okay now. I want to make sure it's nice and even, and then I'm going to just turn it around because it'll be easier to do it without getting it all over my fingers. Ink up the brayer. Plenty of ink on. Probably would be better if I used a piece of something to hold on to. And more ink. You don't have to press hard, you just want to make sure, probably better to keep going in the same direction. Make sure your brayer is covered properly. So we'll go here. Oh, it does squeak a bit. Don't want any missing bits, if I can help it. I have got a little bit of something on my, oops, that was silly. Put it down on top of what I just did. There we go. Now, this should hopefully be nicely covered now. There we go. Now, if you want to, you can colour these in. If you've got, you can use whatever you've got handy, but you could use a blend, a stamping blend, or you can use a stamping marker, whatever you've got handy. Just put my brayer out off to the side for a moment. Well, I'm going to just wipe the worst off there, because they're wax, they won't, the ink's not going to stick to it anyway. But rather than get it all over my hands, just wipe off the excess. Now, this has been covered quite nicely. As you can see, there's lots of bits on there, but that's because normally you wouldn't get that on your brayer, because your brayer would be not having bits of fluff all over it. But there we go. So that's what I'm using my fresh freesia for. The reason I have done it like this, I'm going to decide where to put my stamp next, because I'm going to stamp onto here, so that can go, which way up will it be? That will be closed like that, I think. So I will need, hopefully, to try and cover up where the stems are going to come off. So what have I got that I can use? I might leave these on there while I stamp. That'll be okay. I do want it to try and dry it off a bit, so I might just, if you just bear with me for a minute, and I will just try, hopefully it won't be too noisy. Just make sure it's nice and dry before I stamp. There we go. Right, hopefully that's a bit drier than it was now anyway. and that's the bit I'm going to stamp on. I'm going to use some gorgeous grape and some pretty peacock, and I will also be stamping on some scraps that I've got here as well. So let's just put this on first. So I need my gorgeous grape. I think that's nearest to the lavender anyway. So put that on there. Obviously, if you're going to do stamping, make sure you stamp before you put the box together. Sounds a bit common sense, but just in case. Right, so that one's stamped. I think actually, because I think this is coated, it's going to take a little bit longer to dry. So I'll just use my heat gun again to just dry this off. And because I've got it on a coloured background also, I want to make sure I'm not using two different colours like I did before on the one I made last week. I used just a different colour as well. I used the Highland Heather as well, but for this one I'm just going to use the gorgeous grape. I think it's quite similar to the lavender colour, especially on the pink background. Don't think you really need two colours so much there. This doesn't want to dry. I think my gorgeous grape is a little bit wet, juicy. There we go. Just finish drying that off. Right, that'll do. And then I'm going to use my, put that away, probably should have done that first. But there we go. Didn't. And my pretty peacock. And I'm going to use this now. Now is to try and find out. Get some, I wonder if I've got, sometimes I get some circles that I haven't used. And I can reuse them for this maybe. But I don't think that will really work. Although it might work. No, I don't think so. Right, if I use, hang on, let's have a look at this. So if I draw around this, just roughly, whoops, I need to draw around it. Let's make sure it doesn't go off. Whoa, I don't want to draw on it. To there. And then if I use, I don't know, I want to go, there's the one piece and there's the other. So I want to have an arc going from there to there. So I can draw around the outside there, and I can draw around from there to there. So if I use my snip scissors now, I can just cut this and it should fit. It doesn't have to be exact. Just want to just mask off. Could use some masking paper, but I've done this now. There we go. I don't need to worry about, I'll put that in the bin now. And see if that should fit over there. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Over here like that. There we go. So now I can stamp my stems without it going. That would be nice. There we go. So I need my pretty peacock, which is over here. There we go. And I've got some on my fingers, I think. There we go. So I'm going to hold this in position, in place, there, while I stamp those onto there like that. So those are my stems, and again I have got some some pencil there which I will rub out now while I mat it. It won't matter too much because I can always put that to be on the inside so it doesn't get seen. Don't really want to rub too much of the colour off. And now the green is a bit wet still, so I will put that to one side a moment, and I'm going to put that away. And I've got, or I should have, a scrap of gorgeous grape and a scrap of white card somewhere here that I kept before I started. I'm going to use that. Let me see, what have I done with it? Everything's gone all over the place. Right, doesn't matter, I'll just cut some more. I can't see it anywhere. That's clever. Oh, no, that's the handle. Right, let's just cut another piece off. I've got some purple here. I can use, just want a small strip of this. For one piece, and I need a piece of white, just a small piece. This will do. I just want enough to use it. Don't really need a lot. So I'm going to stamp the For You, and I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock. Just do it in the middle here. Whoops, there we go. That's nice. And put that away before I get ink everywhere. There we are. Right, so now I'm going to use my double oval punch, and I'm going to punch out the For You. So I want to get it reasonably centered. That'll do. That's okay. Don't need that now. So that's my For You, and then I'm going to use some more gorgeous grape for the background, and I'm just going to punch that out as well. So that's finished with two. Then I'm going to stick that on there. I could have used gorgeous grape, but I think it's nice to have a different colour as well. Just going to put that, stick this onto the backing piece. There we go. There we are. Right, so if you've got some gifts that you want to give to somebody and you want something quick to do it with, one of these pillow boxes should be just right for you. I'm going to have to dry this off a minute, so excuse me again. There we go, that'll do, I'm sure. Let me just, I'll use this just to make sure nothing's going to come off. There we go, that's fine. Right, so it's all dry now. Now we've got to make this up, and what you need to do, I saw somebody else making one of these the other day, is you just ease them gently into the curves. So you just push gently, and then when you get them together you can just pinch them. So we do that on all of the where it's been embossed, scored, yes, scored. And then we'll do that one again. You can just sort of score it, just pinch it in the corners once you've done that. So just push that. You could have done this before you coloured it, but I don't think it would make much difference when you do it. And so here we go, just sort of help to ease it into place. And then once you've got them in place, you can just pinch the corners together, and just do the same thing with this one. Pinch the corners together. This one's just split a little bit there, but it's fine. So that's my box. So what we'll do, you need to take these two pieces off here, so where your adhesive is, and then this will come around and stick on top, stick them together. So you've got your sides then in place. There we go. And then these go together like that, so you've got your box. So let's just do that now. Actually, it would stay there as it was. We'll take these two pieces off here to take the adhesive, make it sticky, and we're going to squeeze the box together, try and get it into place. Then you just push the sides together like that, and then you push those two together like that, so you've got your box. And then I thought I could put that on there like that, over where it's joining anyway, but that's fine. And I'm going to use some dimensionals for that. Again, you could do a little bow, and I could put these somewhere else, maybe. Oops, I could put them on the side, and I could get there's some nice, I don't know how this will be to tie. We could use it. This is some metallic ribbon. It's pretty pink and gold, and it's from the Forever Love suite that's in the new mini catalogue. Let's have a look, see what this is like to make a bow with. If it's any good, then maybe I'll make a bow with this, if I can get it out. Oh yeah, it's quite nice. Let's see. I don't want too big a bow though, that's the thing. So let's pull that back through. I only want a small bow really, because it's not a big thing. It'll look a bit strange if it's a big bow, won't it? There we go, that's better. Pull that through a little bit more. This doesn't want to be small. There, I think. Nearly there. There we go, that should do. So I'll just cut that off there and cut this off there. I've got my bow. I think that looks quite nice actually. And then we'll put the For You maybe by the side of it, or I think that'll look alright. There we go. So I'm going to put this on here. So For You, and then I'll use some mini glue dots. Got them on here. There we go. Put two on just to be on the safe side, and put that there. So that's quite nice. You can fill it with chocolates or jewellery or something, some sweets, whatever you like. So that'd be nice maybe for a Valentine's gift. Again, you can use it for whatever you want, really. But it's a nice little gift container for something. And there we go. So we're just showing you how to use the brayer. That's the technique for today, and making up this little box. And if you want any of the products that I've used today, you can find them on my website. The link will be below. And at the end of the week, as I did last week, I'll be putting all the different projects that I've made during the week onto my blog. And at the bottom, there's a link. There'll be links to all the different items that I've used as well. So if you wait till the end of the week, you can find them there. Then if you want to find a quicker way of getting to the items, if there's anything that takes your fancy. Okay, thank you very much for joining me. If you like the videos, please give it a thumbs up and maybe share with other people, your friends maybe. And if you want to see more of the videos, you can subscribe to my channel, and if you click on the little bell icon, it will notify you when I post a new video. Okay, I think actually I might just add a couple of the purple fine glitter gems, or fine glitter purple gems. Oh, I don't know whether to do it or not. I might do, yeah, we'll put a couple on just to finish it off. Or I could use, actually, I think I saw them there, I think, just now. Here they are. Might use the green ones to go with the ribbon and the ink for the stems. Just to add a little bit more. So they're foiled as well, so they're not just glittered, or they're not just colour, they also put one at the end there and one on there. So there we go. So we've got, I don't know whether you can see them, but there's little bits of gold foil inside. So it's quite pretty. So those are the Petal Pink and Pretty Peacock foiled gems, and they come with, you can buy them separately, but they come with the Forever Love suite of products as well. So there we go. Thank you very much for joining me, and I hope I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.